Hey guys, welcome to Mulacan Monday. This is gonna be a really informal session with me, Nazreen and Rusydi. We're gonna talk about all things marketing and all things related to the platform Mulacan. But then again, this is our pilot episode, so it's not gonna be perfect, and we'll just dive into topics that I believe people can relate with, and probably you guys can have some takeaways from this conversation. So first and foremost, how was it? How are you doing, Rushdi? All good on your side?
Good, brother. Just alhamdulillah being happy. We're going through Ramadan. Now it's like the last 9 10 days, just cherishing the moments, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Last 9 nights. Yes,
10 nights.
yesterday was the 10th night, right?
Mm.
So hopefully the past 20 nights has been fruitful for us. For those who are celebrating, I guess you guys can relate as well. Um, so like, what have you been doing so far? We are already. I mean, at this time of recording, it's 1st of April. A quarter has passed. What have you achieved, if I may ask?
Um, I think just about 2 weeks ago, just casually launched my ebook called "Content to Cash Flow."
Awesome.
Um, yeah, so that made I don't know like about 125 sales so far organically.
Nice, nice.
So looking at how the reception is, yeah, I might expand on that. Like people seems to be resonating with that. So yeah, like creating content to create cash flow on social media on organic. So that's what I'm gonna be mostly doing on my end. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I love organic. Lah. I mean, something about things that happen without you paying for ads is just brilliant. I mean, of course, if you don't have the capacity to wait, then definitely you can go towards running ads. But I mean, just for context, me and Rushdi is not ad expert or paid media expert, but we can learn, of course. That is our room for improvement into aiding our so-called uh our gap that we are missing. So for myself, I've launched the SEO peer group. I call it the search savvy collective. I don't know. That's just the name that I found in ChatGPT because I asked them to list down. I'm running a peer group with a group of people. What is the name that I should be coming up with? And then search savvy collective is just nice. SSC. You have SCB. I have SSC right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it's been great. 7 people sign up. Actually uh, seven different people show interest, and then
Mm.
7 different people sign up. So it's a bit
Oh.
interesting of how it converts because people drop halfway. They show interest and then they drop halfway. So that's something which I learned throughout. Converting them
Mm.
into the peer group. So yeah, probably will adapt something like what you do with content to cash flow. And it's amazing, right? It's just $1. I bought one of them, so yeah, it's good, bro. And you input all the necessary stuff. Have you guys purchased it? Is it available to the public right now, or is it it's gonna be just for limited offer?
It's still available because I what I'm doing is $1 for the book for the next few weeks. Everybody who
Mm.
purchased it has can qualify for a session on Zoom where I do an ask me anything session around copywriting, how to use the book, and how to apply it for your business. So yeah, it's still available.
So it's like a guide, lah. It's like a guide for people to like learn, or it's like a handbook for people to understand your framework, I would say.
Yeah, pretty much like how what do you write, who you're targeting, like how's the process from start to finish, pretty much end to end. Because it's what I've been doing like the past
Mm-mm.
10 plus years. I'm just like summarizing everything into a short book. Hopefully it's useful. So far people have been saying that they've gained some good insights from there. So hopefully, to spread more awareness around it as well. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, so Rushdi, what are we going to talk about today?
I don't know, man. It's Mulacan Monday, right? Mulacan means to start. What's been popping up in my mind? I think recently I saw the news. I
Mm,
think Xiaomi released their very first electric vehicle, like the
okay.
SU7. You managed to catch a bit of that? Anything online
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. I mean, before this particular recording, I went to search about this SU7 that sold out for 24 hours. Within 24 hours, it's crazy. And the article I found it is in Reddit. It
Hmm.
seems that Google right now loves Reddit posts. So yeah, what about this 24 hours selling? Is it like a promo or something?
Um, I mean, they started the marketing campaign, I think, from December onwards, but the way they put it, like they were having like 50,000 orders in a matter of, I think, 27 minutes, which is crazy, right? 50,000 orders in 27 minutes. And then they had like 88,000 orders in 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah, I saw around that figure. It's a launch, right?
Yeah, it's a launch. Like, same thing like how Tesla did it. Yeah.
Hmm. One comment that I saw is because Xiaomi's brand has established very well amongst enthusiasts and around I mean probably our generation, the millennials
Mm.
or the late Gen Zs, I guess. And back then when they are together with Xiaomi, they were probably young. Right now they are middle age income and they have the capacity to purchase Xiaomi high ticket item. And now, I guess previously they just bought some simple Xiaomi stuff like mouse or gadgets. But now when the car emerged, wow, I think that's the reason why they can make it. I guess.
I
Don't you
guess so.
think?
I mean, um, like I said, like as the target audience grows together, like you started with the phones, and now maybe they moved on to the next phase. And now, okay, car seems to
Mm,
be the thing that it is for them at this point. So I guess it's a nice fit, and it also ties into the fact that electric vehicles are becoming the rage these days, right? With Tesla, with what
yeah,
BYD, right? BYD is like
BYD. Yeah,
the number
build
one
your
in
dream.
sales, which is a smart move, I think, by Xiaomi, because I just feel that uh, this thing called the second movers advantage. Right. We always hear about,
Yeah.
oh, the first movers advantage. Oh, the first movers are the one get capture the market share and everything. But in this case, it's just an opinion, right? I think because they came in second or third, right? Tesla first, and then BYD is in the market, they sort of paved the way, paved the marketing, handle all the objections for people who wanted to buy electric vehicles. And then, when people use Tesla, they test it out, everything's fine, everything seems safe, then people already have that level of awareness. And then when Xiaomi comes in, they'll be like, okay, I'm already more familiar with the electric vehicle market. It's proven and tested. And then at that price point, it's almost like a no-brainer. Like I think it's like 27k euro, which is about 40,000 Sing for that car. Right. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
their strength here, right? It's probably, yeah, the second mover's advantage. What do you think?
I mean, will you consider buying
It
if
depends when it
that
comes to Singapore, right? What
if
what
there's
kind
no
of price?
COE? I would buy 40K Singapore dollars is quite impressive. And I'm looking at the Google images of SU7. It's awesome, man. Like it's typically close to how Tesla looks like in the early days.
You want to screen share?
Uh, okay, maybe I can screen share. Let me do that. Oh, you need to allow me to screen share, bro.
There you go.
Okay. Um, yeah. So look at this, man. The interior also is very sleek, very futuristic, and the colors available is wow, interesting, man. I love this,
But it does look
like
like
army green.
very looks very Tesla in terms of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
design.
yeah, yeah. Especially in this angle. I guess, like you said, the second mover advantage. Even Apple is a second mover advantage to some extent. Like the iPhone 15, they don't use a USB-C until later on. I'm not sure what's
Yeah,
the thought process, but they want to make things as exclusive as possible for Apple users. But only to realize that actually, yeah, we need to use USB-C lah. So that's the norm for cables these days. Um, yeah, amazing, man. I mean, product evolves.
mm.
Like I don't know, they start with something small and end up, manufacturing things like this. I heard that Apple also coming up with a car, but until
I
now I
dropped
haven't.
the idea
Oh,
because
really?
I think I'm not sure how many billions they spent, but I guess they are out of the game of the electric vehicle market.
Hmm.
You might wanna.
Interesting. There's so many versions of Apple car over here. I guess nothing is concrete lah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Me as an Apple user, I don't mind because I'm already a fan of the brand. But need to see lah how much it costs, whether it's practical. Because if let me as an Apple user, you just come in and then just plug and play, that connects to all your Apple devices, kan?
Yeah, yeah.
So doesn't make sense. But now you mentioned they are dropping this project, then
Yeah,
well, I mean,
likely not to go into that direction. So I guess the place will just be, I don't know, Tesla, BYD, and now Xiaomi, I guess. That would be interesting because my observation of like even the BYD cars, like it's very smooth, it's very quiet.
yeah.
Um, it's nice. It's a nice experience to be in.
Well, I mean, I'm quite amazed that we are talking about cars right now, yeah. Because at this age, I probably cars are something that reflect our lifestyle, depending on the needs, depending on whether you can afford. Or it's like I don't know. To me, it's like this the second, or even it can match the price of your home when you talk about Singapore context.
Yes,
Right. Yeah,
easy.
I mean, for those who are living outside Singapore, you guys are very fortunate because there's no this thing called COE, certificate of entitlement, which the government imposed us to pay like what $80,000 for every 10 years. So yeah, so I think it's a quite complicated thing. I ever thought of even migrating because of this purpose. Well, yeah, I mean that's one thing which we can consider, I guess. Not everything is greener on the other side, right?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Like even as a marketer, sometimes we have clients overseas. We can do our work remotely. That thought has always been on my mind. Like doesn't matter where I am. Location independent, right? If you are serving clients
Mm.
from US, from Australia, for wherever else. I mean,
Yeah.
if like I said, if I was staying in Thailand or in Bali or wherever else, right? Cost of living is lower. At the same time, you're earning in USD. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing about the nomad lifestyle. I've been longing for that kind of lifestyle for the longest time. It didn't happen until I got married. Uh, it's a bit too late. Until I have two kids right now. Thinking of the logistics of the kids and how we're gonna work around that, it's gonna be close to impossible. But of course, if business picks up this coming year, I probably consider moving to Dubai or
Wow.
places like even in Malaysia, where we can execute lower cost of living, but at the same time work remotely. Because to be honest, this place, the office that I invest every month it's a place that I can consider paying if I'm abroad,
Mm.
just paying a certain amount of rental at that location, and then have what I am thinking of. I saw a few YouTube videos. They invest in a container over in some location.
Okay.
They make it into an office, and that's their cave. They do their work every day over there. But the only thing is that you don't have a social life lah. It's like you are just there. Unlike like those nomads out there where they meet in co-working spaces,
Mm.
they network over there. I think that's more like it lah for a digital nomad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
I mean,
that kind
yeah.
of works if we want to go for that route. Just that like recently, like for the past a month or two, when I went to like we went to the introvert business mix a few of the networking events, then I started to realize
Mm,
that lots of businesses are actually coming into Singapore. Right, you have an Australian partner from the mergers and acquisition side coming to Singapore because we are sort of the hub. Like last session, like we had an Indonesian fella come in here want to set up a creative agency in Singapore. At the same time, like I'm
nice.
thinking, like, yeah, we live in an expensive place, but at the same time, like businesses are coming. Like it's easier
Mm,
to meet people internationally because they come here as the port, right? So it's easier to connect. I'm thinking along those that lines. I mean, the cost of living elsewhere it's enticing, but at the same time, when I had those conversations, I was like, hey, am I overlooking the fact of convenience, the fact that this is what we already have as business owners, but we tend to overlook it because it's like, okay, it's already there, but we cannot see it. But then because there are others from other regions are coming here, then I'm like, okay, there must be something here that we are not seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
Something.
I've connected with a person who is an angel investor before. I mean, not sure if he is right now, but he mentioned that people are coming here to invest. They have a lot of money and they come here because of it's a hub.
Mm.
Not sure if exactly if it's a Asian thing that we are located right in the middle of the SEA, the Southeast Asia region. Because if you're talking about America, being the dominant person or the dominant country here, some people don't know that Singapore even exists, right? You have
Yeah.
to agree, right? So, like sometimes, yeah, many people say that Singapore is a brand and we should be fortunate that we are Singaporean. But uh, in most cases, when they see people like me and you, they think we are Malaysians or even Indonesians. So they know nothing about Singapore. And if they see a Chinese person, they think they are from China. So I don't know at this age, or maybe Singapore has already reached a global stage that people know about its existence. But look, coming back to where I mean we can thrive in business. I think yeah, it's a bit far fetched to also make a conclusion that we I mean balancing the cost of living and business opportunities. So and also factoring the family as well. So
Yeah.
it's a bit hard. What will you consider
Um,
personally?
not at this point, I guess, like because our kid is pretty young, so it's like because I think priority is school, right? Yeah, school system here is rigid, whatever, but it's still pretty good, right? Our education system. Um, I'm not like a full on advocate of how the system is, but I think it has to be a blend of whatever
Structured.
that structured and also like intuitive self learning. But I consider not now, I guess, because it's like family's here, school is here, business is fine. I can do it remotely. I don't know. Maybe I'm just comfortable being here.
Yeah, that's the word, bro. Comfortable. Okay, maybe let me share about my part of my piece on the word
Mm,
comfortable. Because I'm doing a podcast.
mm,
I mean, still doing podcasting with the Golden Nuggets. We talk to many people. And one of them is being a real estate agent who actually fairly done quite well,
mm.
for the past few years, and he migrated to New Zealand.
Nice.
The cars over there are of course very cheap, and cost of living maybe slightly close to Singapore, but only the cars lah make us feel jealous lah, because he owns about 3 cars over there, and yeah, something that they need lah, so to travel to and fro. Uh, he mentioned that he homeschooled his kids, and he that's the norm over there.
Mm, okay.
And it's okay to homeschool kids. People like in Singapore, I think most, even 90% of them are okay, maybe 80% of them are worried how homeschool is gonna be like for our kids. They always worried if the system that we create for them learning at the early stage is not an ideal thing. So like you said, you're not really an advocate. So do I. I don't know whether this is gonna shape my kids into something, you know, good or something bad. Okay, I mean, I mean, I got distracted by this element of bullying. Like yesterday, I was
Okay.
watching Netflix, this particular show called High Council. Have you watched it?
No,
Project
I
High
can't.
Council. So it's about basically kids doing their own, creating their own culture,
Okay.
settle things through fighting behind closed doors.
Wow.
So there's bullying, there's cases of even raping between male, because it's a male dominant school. It's a only male school. So that can be also a factor in even in government schools in Singapore. I'm not saying that it will happen,
Mm,
because Singapore is generally a safe country, but these things can happen.
yeah.
So things like homeschooling might be something which we might consider. for our kids. How old are your kids right now? If you don't mind sharing, ranging around
Kindergarten.
kindergarten.
So,
So mine around nursery,
mm,
and one is very young. So I don't know. Is it too late, or is it still okay for a move to bring them into not joining the typical system? Because one of the podcasts I was listening also, sorry for dabbling in this for too long,
no,
but
it's fine. It's a good topic,
particular
actually.
this particular person brought I mean really have aspiration to move to a country. I think it's Dubai, and then that particular her kid was around second going to secondary school. And
Mm.
then they move over there. Things, of course, change. They disrupt the way of living, disrupt the way of studying. And they said the curriculum in Dubai for secondary school is like primary school over here. So
Wow.
the education
Condensed
is definitely not, uh, yeah, it's not as really fast paced
back to back.
as
Yeah.
compared over here. And another case study says that, at the end of this whole education system, uh, the person who lives in Dubai graduates with degree earlier than people in Singapore.
Yes. Yes.
And they like start their business earlier, and they do things earlier. Of course, if it's a girl, you don't need NS, so you can kick off things earlier. Before 20, you can get a degree. And over here, you strictly need 6 years of primary school, 4 years or 5 years of secondary school. Over there, I think probably 5 years of everything that is mandatory. Then you can take your degree or diploma. So
Yeah.
maturity of mindset, how you teach your kids, it's also plays a part. So this can be another topic of itself, or probably next Mulacan Monday.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Yeah, man.
going. This is good. This is good going because it actually shapes the way you are as a business owner as well, like how you were educated since you were young. Like I said, like I wouldn't say like I was an exceptionally brilliant student, like from primary school to secondary school, whatever. Did okay. The casual average student who's
Uh,
like he's there, neither here nor there. But when I did my uni, it was based in the US. So I went to Oklahoma to study. It's a different culture. It's a different learning method. But I sort of thrived there. Of course, I was studying communications, right? I used to be a medical student. I wanted to study medicine, medical stuff. Then I realized the structure of learning is so different. The structure of how you ask, how you think about things, how you problem solve together openly with the lecturer. And it's like, this is a different way of learning. This is a different way of delivering and discussing.
right.
So I was like, it's totally different. So that pretty much opened my eyes to the fact that hey, there's another way of learning, which is yes, we have structured stuff here in Singapore, but the world's huge, right? Yeah, I have friends that after secondary four, he went to Australia, get a quick diploma, and a few years later, he's a doctor based in Australia. He's practicing. And of course, you have friends who primary one left a while, went to Indonesia, went to pesantren, come back here. People were saying like, hey, you belajar agama, learn like religious studies. How are you gonna survive? How are you gonna earn money? Yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's driving a Tesla, right? So like,
Wow, over there
no, he's as in Singapore.
in
Um,
Singapore. Okay.
so he went to a few places. He went to pesantren Indon. He went to Yaman to study. Then he came back, set up his own business. So the way I see it, like it's not what we learn. Like it's always about the resourcefulness to extract what we learn. Right. Of course, we can study maths,
Wait, can you repeat
algebra.
that again? It's all about the resource.
It's how okay. It's not about what exactly we learn, but our takeaways from it. Like how resourceful are you to take out the lessons from there? Like some people say,
Mm.
this secondary four chemistry lesson doesn't make sense to me, doesn't matter to me. So what? I learned this chemistry thing. Yeah, but if you were able to extract something about balancing equations, right, chemical equations, to applying that to your business,
Real
for
world.
example, how do you for example, this is a balance sheet thing, right? But then how do you apply that concept to your business, right? I
Yeah.
was asking, when I was young, sec 3, sec 4, it made no sense for me to study principle of accounts. I never did
I
my
hate that,
homework,
man.
right? And then, like teachers were asking, what are you doing? I couldn't even balance my balance sheet. Right? I'm like, why am I studying this? But then when I come to the business side of things, I'm like, okay, this is important. I have to put it inside my QuickBooks account, make sure it's balanced so that I put in tax, and then it makes sense. But back then I couldn't make sense of it. But then it's always like, okay, so what? Like we learn something, it's a practical aspect of it. There's always missing. Like we have to tie it into our daily living, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. What we learn in our, I mean, Singapore school system is dry stuff, theory stuff. They don't really exactly teach business as a curriculum because I
Mm,
think this is just an assumption.
mm,
From my observation, our system is actually creating um, followers or
mm. More employees for the
doers.
system. Oops.
Yeah. Uh, uh, I mean, employees in layman term. Lah. So if everyone do business, then who's gonna be the consumers, right? So in the end of the day, uh, I think like the best learning method because there's so many, like you said, there's so many methods of learning, right? Is by doing. That's why we all start businesses. I pick up to learning about all this, the QuickBooks, the
Mm,
zero stuff, the making sure everything is reconciled to the bank statements,
mm.
uh just by doing it. I made mistake.
Yeah.
I got even a warning from what's it called, not Accra, from IRAS to actually
Okay.
submit all the necessary details because as a private limited, you need to make sure you have everything in check.
Mm.
Or if you can't do it, just get the corp secretary to do it. So, yeah, sometimes you need to get knocked on the head to actually get things done. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
my
mean,
thought lah.
I do agree with you. Like when you say like learning by doing, right? That's how you experience, you learn. It's a feedback
Yeah.
loop, right? You do something wrong, you do something right. That's a feedback. You adjust, then you do it again. A quick
Mm,
story about this is when I was transiting from employee to entrepreneur. I went
right.
to work in a business chamber. I think you know, right? I was working in a
Yeah.
business chamber, trying to be exposed to lots of business owners. What I was my role there was like to help Singapore companies expand overseas, thinking that when I'm in close proximity to business owners to see how they're thinking, how their mode of operation, to help them to be connected with them, that will help in my own business. But at the same time, there was just like maybe 5% in terms of effect, right? So, but when I actually left and to go full time doing business, then we're like, okay, the full learning can never be done if I was just being in the chamber thinking that I know business. Yeah, like you said, you have to roll up your sleeves, get down, and to actually do it, and then okay, this is it, this is real, right? Money's coming into
Yeah.
the bank. I'm not making sales. I'm making sales. This is it. This is real. This is genuine, right?
Bro, I
Which
still remember you were really afraid if this work out or not. Like
yeah,
that leap of faith. I think you were took quite a bit before you jump because you were doing it on the side, right? For
yeah,
the copywriting freelancing. So I think it took about 2 months, 3 months. Finally, you are
longer.
longer.
Um, okay, so I've been freelancing for a while, for many years, but then the freelance copywriting was about for 2 years. For 2 years before I went full time, even though the side business was already earning more than my day job, maybe by twice or thrice, I still stuck with the day job because I wanted to make sure I had cash flow for like 1 year, 2 years worth. In any case, because I think
Security
being
lah.
yeah, and being like the sole breadwinner, thinking that okay, I cannot fail because this has to be the thing that makes put food on the table, right? So yeah, and that's how I came up with the simple email business actually. So it's like whatever I experienced, it was documented there. Yeah.
Mm. I mean, you mentioned something about failing. Uh, I mean, it's okay, right? To fail.
Mm.
It's something which we all afraid, even myself,
Mm.
afraid to fail. The word fail is so negative that people just too afraid to fail.
Mm.
Because doing business, I think it's we can't run away from failure.
Yeah.
There's many aspects of in business in different juncture, especially running for 5 years. I failed a few times, but I don't really share those failures because I don't know. If I share, if it's a takeaway, then it's okay. But so far my failures are I don't know, non takeaways, I guess. And then I hope those failures can be like a bank of content that I can use when I succeed later, of course, I've already used a few of them. Like for example, uh, I mean, simple analogy. Since today is Mulacan Monday,
Mm.
if I don't start, then I don't know what I can, do right now. If I don't start building, a website business,
Mm.
I don't know how to fail, how to
Yeah.
not get clients, how to suffer in cash flow if let's say business is down or
Mm.
there are down months. So again, yeah, that will happen if you don't start. So
Yeah.
that's probably covering the whole aspect of how what we are why we are here in
Mm.
the first place.
Yeah, to
And
Mulacan to start, right? So when you mentioned that, it reminds me of, like, because we were talking about failure, right? Fear of failure. There's also another part, fear of success. So the fear of failure part, when I was an employee, it was pretty much like, oh no, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna die. It's as if it's so bad. But then I realized, I was reading Tim Ferriss's, I think, book. He mentioned that,
4 hour.
like, I think it was 4 hour work week. What's the worst that can happen? Like, play out the worst case scenario in your mind of what is the worst thing that could happen, and then ask yourself if you can stomach it, if you can handle it. If you can handle it, then it's not that bad after all. Like now I realize that failure is just feedback. Like, okay, it's fine. This thing didn't work. Okay, we try again, something else. We try again, something else. It's not like the end of the world. Oh no, this failed, and then you're a loser, you're a failure. No, because I mean, we will probably fail a lot more, right? Even in getting clients, right? We will probably, okay, get rejection, get rejection, get rejection,
Mm,
and then one yes. So the tolerance to so-called failure, it's higher, right? It's becoming a normal thing. Like, the more you try to push boundaries, move fast and break things, right? You're pushing your boundaries. Of course you will fail. Of course you will, face certain things that are like that. But one thing, to shift gears a bit, I was exploring this thing called the fear of success, because
okay.
once you succeed, you can no longer stay you can no longer stay being who you are at this point of time. For example, let's say if I were to succeed, I already sold like 120 plus ebooks, right? If I were to go
Mm,
to cold traffic and run the whole funnel thing, my business structure would probably change. And there's a part of
yeah.
me that's resisting that, thinking that, man,
Mm,
this
mm,
is uncomfortable, but I know I should push it. And I know it can be life changing in the way it's run, but I sometimes hesitate because, like, okay, what happens when I succeed? Right? That's, I know it's very subtle, but I'm starting to catch myself to not let go. No, keep your foot on the gas pedal and just try to push. Because sometimes we are ourselves holding ourselves back.
yeah, because I
Yeah,
think to some extent we want to do things with calculated risk. Um, like I like to explore many junctures. I just explored telemarketing. Let me
yeah,
share with
yeah.
you how it pans out lah. I didn't get sales.
Okay.
It's gonna be honest, but I do get leads that I believe can be followed up for the next few months, and I can build a relationship with a few of them, and hopefully probably it will take time for me to get them as clients. So I on the other hand not say afraid of success, but afraid of uncertainty, I guess, because I to if you don't do it right, you don't get it. So I'm afraid that if I don't, if I don't get it, then I don't know what happened next. Does it make sense? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
for example, I just jumped the gun to explore this agency that do telemarketing cold
Mm,
calling. They give me quite a number of leads, quite a number of
mm,
appointments. Some ghosted me, some just forget that initial conversation happened before. So out of okay, give you a simple analogy, out of 15 appointments, I managed to only meet about six.
okay.
The rest all goes me or want to
Mm,
postpone or end up, just not interested. So uh when I calculate the investment and the amount spent to actually get them into a call, it's quite a heavy one. And considering that they haven't turned into a client.
mm.
So
Few hundreds per appointment,
mm,
or about there.
I think yeah, around there.
Okay.
So I just take it as a lesson that I learned. you can consider it as something that is burn or
Mm.
it bleed, but I just take it as lesson which can be something that I can use to move to make a future move.
Mm.
Like you said, changing into a paid model would differ a structure in your ebook, right? So as I explored this telemarketing, can this work? But it's just 1 month. Should I continue on the second month?
Mm.
Should I just stop right there without
Right.
even getting uh, the most out of it? So
Mm.
that's the thing. The uncertainty can be a gateway of our decision making, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess like when you mentioned that, there's a few. I guess there's a few factors at play. First could be the lagging effect, meaning that the results will only come a bit later. Like
Mm,
now it's like month one. You're just
mm,
adjusting. You're also adjusting to the system, trying to get on a call to close. Maybe by month two, month three, then you figure, okay, maybe there's actually one close, and that one close can cover, I don't know, the whole cost of that 3 months engaging with the telemarketer. That's one thing. There's also like I'm not sure what is like a decision making matrix. Like, okay, this is happening. When do you cut your losses? When do you extend? Same like stocks, right? When you stop
mm,
loss, when you
mm,
so this is the
mm,
thing
mm.
in business, like how long in the venture do you let it bleed before you say, I had enough, rather than
You cut
just
it.
driving through? Because that's also like another skill in itself. Like sometimes you as business owners, like sometimes we we know that some of us have like a high degree of tolerance towards pain. Yeah, we can just grind through, but at the same time,
That's cool. That's back.
mathematically it doesn't make sense for us to go through. So like, yeah, when do we cut the cord and all that? So yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, Abang Osman, right? From my last, when we chat with him, right? I know he runs a big company, e-commerce company. The moment when he said that he has a runway of 6 figure to lose, I was like, wow, that means he can burn these 6 figures just to experiment on things. He recently started a movement called Pod Connect, where he bring all the
Okay.
podcasters, all the sponsors
Mm,
together to learn how we can improve our craft in
mm,
terms of delivering our message, delivering our genre of podcasting. So this is nothing close to what he's doing. It's because he's doing, I don't know, supplement
mm,
e-commerce things. So I think it's a passion of his.
mm.
He even opened his own podcast. I think 5% or something like that, because
Oh,
he and his gang of the 50-year-olds come together
okay.
and talk about things. So, yeah, like I said, yeah, in the business, you need to have that capacity. For me, to be honest, I'm in slightly in the middle to even suffocate to some extent if you want to experiment new things, because we are evolving, we are growing. So that's the reason why I think this Mulacan Monday is another experiment, a free one, but we
Mm.
need to just invest our time to do this and see how it pans out in places like YouTube, TikTok, IG Reels, Shorts. So, if you want to share, what do you want to achieve out of this before we probably
Um,
wrap up this show?
it's like let's going back to the core theme of Mulacan, right? Mulacan being to start, right? Lots of us procrastinate to even start, right? To even start, we let the ideas ruminate in our minds for years, and sometimes we don't even launch, right? Some people are having conversations with people for years and years and years. Yeah, I'm going to start a business. Yeah, I'm going to start a business. Yeah, I'm going to do my freelance thing. And yet again, in 2024, there you are, still with the idea and not doing it, right? Sometimes I just want to say that we tend to overcomplicate things. Sometimes when you take the first step, that's when the path will appear for you. That's what I'm starting to learn, right? If you don't take the first step, you will move one step further. And then as you move one step further, you can see further, right? Because if you don't take your first step, you cannot see what's ahead. Take one step at a time so that you can keep seeing what's next that's to be done. But yeah, I guess that's the whole theme of Mulakan itself, right? To first to start, and then take baby steps as you grow your business along the way. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
Right. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Wait, um, just a moment. Let me video. Because you are freezing in my panning, bro.
Is it?
Uh,
Nanti kita tengok. I think your
let's
screen
see.
is freezing. You're
Yeah.
pixelated. Yeah, why?
Yeah, I think it's better already. It's better already. So sorry. What's your question? My take on
On
Mulacan
yeah,
Monday, is it?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I want. Okay. To be honest, the reason why I even be in this place, I want to turn it into a studio. And for more than a few years ago, it's not happening. I was wondering why. It's all about consistency. Doing this, it's itself as work.
Mm,
After this, we need to, number one, package it if let's say there's anything to bleep or edit, or and then posting it online,
mm,
and after doing with the guys for a good 7 months already, right?
mm.
I'm in charge in the posting, the publishing,
Okay.
and there are days, there are weeks that I'm not consistent because of other commitments, be it my business or family,
Mm,
and then it ended up like snowballing to the following week, and then that kind of like affect our numbers in
mm,
in Spotify stats, in Spotify stats. So istiqamah lah. We have to. I mean, if doing this is a commitment, I hope we can get um listeners that can learn about us, can know about us, learn about our intentions, know about Mulakan, because I believe Mulakan is a movement
mm,
that can actually spur anyone to just start. Yes, we know about what exactly start means. We don't need to go exaggerate to tell people you need to start. But the underlying of starting is what people need to know, and that's why they just need to do it. And that's why Nike said just do it. You don't need to think about any, uh, you know, chapter 3 or chapter 4 yet.
mm.
Settle chapter 1 first.
You're right.
Then go step by step. People overthink, like you said, and that's the reason why I think I believe like I want to be in a domain where I get people to start, I get people to do things, and then probably be the reason why people succeed.
Mm,
Like some people have a expertise and domain about minimalism. They just
okay.
want to be minimalist, and that's what they talk about. That's all.
Mm,
They said they use five clothes per week, the same five clothes, and then the weekend they wash, and then they keep rinsing and repeat, and that's how minimalist is. They throw I mean all those things lah. So probably Mulakan talking about just starting can be a spread of topics we can
mm,
talk about. Uh, I don't know. We probably need to brainstorm it, but we can just talk or just banter with our
mm.
conversation what we think about certain things related to business, related to even life and personal, and how everything pans out together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right, I think it's a good time to wrap this up.
Mm.
We want to end this with a shameless plug lah. Something that both of us do well, agree to do. Probably you can start first, Rushdi. Shameless plug is basically promoting our businesses, promoting what we do right now or ongoingly, and where you guys can find us and stuff like that. So maybe you can start off this one first, Rushdi.
Sure. Yeah, it's been fun. I think we can carry on this because there's lots of insights that we shared. But yeah, the plug. What is the plug? Okay. So next month after Raya, I think about second or third week, I'm gonna launch the ninth cohort of the Simple Email Business Program. There will be close to 100 packs of people already in the program, right? Earning is doing side hustle, 1 to 3K, some earning already 10K per month or so USD, writing emails, right? Writing emails for clients. This can work for social media posts, emails, maybe LinkedIn posts as well. How to mainly three things, right? First, get good at content. Second is get good at getting clients. And number three is get good at managing your cash flow. So these are the things I've been teaching for the past 1 year plus. It's actually my own methodology of how I do it. Right, people seem to resonate with it. People like this method. They are getting results from it. So yeah, the Simple Email Business Program is probably gonna start its ninth cohort on the third week of April. So yeah, find me on Facebook or visit rushi.com and then yeah, we'll get connected.
Nice, nice, nice. So as for me, I testing one,
Jam
two,
Fadiji.
testing. Can you towards the end it freezes. I don't know why. So okay, as for myself, my first and foremost shameless plug is I'm gonna revive the one page playbook because Mulacan
Nice.
Gold is going through a transition to go high level, and I want to actually build 100 funnels.
Okay.
I'm not saying at any price at any cost, but I want to bring in 100 funnel accounts into success. That means I'm willing to give my one page playbook for free, which I charge $47 per pack. In this
Mm.
particular one page playbook, I would say mini course, it's basically teaching how you can actually build high converting funnels out from ChatGPT
Oh, nice.
and then come up with all the concepts that I picked up from, things that I learned from Alex Hormozi,
Mm.
the things that I learned from Sabri Subi and other places, and then combining into one solid walkthrough or framework on how to build a solid one-page website or landing page with Mulakan.
Nice.
And who if let's say you guys are interested to actually jump into this, this offer is not anywhere, it's not found anywhere else. Just comment down in the section below, or you can find me in social. Just direct message me Mulakan Monday one page playbook or something like that, and
Mm.
then we can chat, and I can share you all the details, how this can be an offer for you and how we can work together. Because trust me, it is going to be affordable. It's going to be something that you can benefit from, because this way of marketing is, I would say, it's close to automatic client system. This is something which I talked in my one of the past YouTube videos, which I want to bring back. And yeah, I think that's about it. About my shameless plug at the current moment. I will keep repeating this because I want people to come in to be part of Mulakan. Mulakan is basically a platform white labeling go high level. It is charged very affordable fee compared to the market rates, because we are not say starting out, yeah, pun intended, and making sure this migration platform is successful and can benefit as much people as possible. So yeah, I think that's about it. All
Yep,
good.
that's about it.
All right. So yeah, let's end it off with getting people to subscribe the channel and like the video, because I think these are the algorithm that YouTube loves. If you can resonate well with our conversation and want to hear more about what it's in store,
mm,
yeah, feel free to keep in touch, and probably we should have a newsletter soon, huh? Actually.
yeah, we should.
So that we can update people when we are live. All right,
Yep.
with that, I think thank you so much for listening, guys. Appreciate your time if you reach this far, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.